Hi guys, it's Shirley from Family Savings Fun here, and today I want to talk to you about my diabetes and my diabetes chart. My husband asked me to make this as well as the previous video that I made already about my purse, but he wanted me to make this to show you guys how I keep track of my diabetes. And this is the chart that I use. This is a new one that will start on Monday of next week. And you can see I have up here the day, and the date will go right below that. My blood sugar for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then my carbohydrate count and my insulin numbers will go in these. Now I take 3 different medications for my diabetes. I take metformin twice a day and Lantus in the mornings, and then I take 3 shots of Novolog at a 1:10 ratio. That's 1 unit per 10 grams of carbs. Currently I take between 4 and 5 units of Novolog every meal, and I should be down hopefully within the next month and a half to 3 units, because I'm trying to stay between 90 and 112 carbohydrates a day. So what I wanted to show you guys was how to make that card, and I've already started on another card for myself. This is just the basic layout of it. I have put the medications that I take on the side, and that will be slightly covered. It'll be completely covered with tape, but you'll still be able to see it as in this example here. You can still sort of see it underneath the tape, and that's just a reminder for me, and also in case something happens and I end up at the doctor's office or in the hospital, then the doctors will be able to look at that and see that I have that there. So what I've done is I've done this side because this is a double-sided card, and I always do 1 card for every 2 weeks. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the back side, and if you'll give me just a second, I'm going to adjust the camera so you guys can see down. Okay, so what you guys need for this is you'll want to start with a 4x6. This is from Project Life Grid card. If you watched my Joanne and Michael haul, you will see that I got these in a pack that looks like this for $1.96. They were on clearance, and there's 100 of them in there, so I'm planning on using these for a lot of different things, but this is the card you need. Double-sided grid card. You can use any card really, it could be blank. I just prefer to use this because it keeps my boxes nice and neat, as in this example here, and it gives me kind of a guideline of where I need to be drawing my lines and writing in the information that I need. So I really like these for that. Now you will also need some sort of tape. I used this red masking tape by Scotch. This is Scotch Expressions. I like it because it's movable, so if I don't get the line right across here, then I can just lift it and move it, and it doesn't tear the paper. I used this washi tape for decoration along the opposite side on my other one, and I made the arrows go down to show me that I need to go down on my insulin levels, I need to go down on my blood sugar levels, I need to go down on the amount of carbs that I'm using or intaking, so that's very important to have. You also need a Sharpie. This is the Ultra Fine Point in black. You'll need a regular Sharpie. This is actually just in purple. And you will need a hole punch to make the holes to go into your planner. This is a 1/8 inch that I got from Michael's for $4.99. Used a 40% off coupon, so I only paid like $3 for it, something like that. And then depending on what kind of planner you have, I'm using just a small one until my Erin Condren comes in, but I tore out this page for a variety of reasons, but mostly I use it as a template to put along the edge on the tape and just mark my holes so I can punch those out. So those are that's everything that you need, and you may need a pair of scissors. I'm going to use my Martha Stewart paper cutter instead, because I like it that I can just keep it nice and even, but I'll show you how to do that as well. So the first thing you want to do is, if you've already got one side done like I do, you want to flip it long ways like this so that your writing is actually upside down. See, my writing will be upside down. So where blood sugar is at the top here, it'll actually be at the top here on the opposite side, top to side. So, and the reason why you want to do that is so that when you flip it out of your book, you can flip it over for the next week. Like I said, this is for 2 weeks, so I wanted to make sure I could do that. Now, you just, my dad does not like the fact that I refer to this as my blood sugar chart. He prefers the word glucose. It doesn't really matter what you call it. I just call it my blood sugar chart because, well, whatever. I'm not a vampire, so blood doesn't really like make me go into some weird thirst thing. So, but he just thinks that blood is just gross. And he's been a diabetic for 30 years, so I guess he knows since he pokes himself almost as much as I do. So I'm just going to write blood sugar chart up here at the top. Now, since I've done a couple of these, I already know approximately where to start writing so it's even on both sides. If you're using this card, depending on how big you write, for my writing, I can go 3 blocks in on either side and it's like right in the center. So just try and do something like that. Now I have an extra card here because all these grids will make me have a headache, and I don't want to do that, so this just kind of helps break up the grid lines, and it provides an option for a straight line to kind of guide my pen. So I'm going to come 2 blocks in, and I want to say it's 2 blocks in, but I think it might be, yeah, 2 blocks in. 1, 2, and then I'm going to draw a line here, and that's going to be for the date. Then I'm going to skip a block, and I'm going to go 2 more blocks, draw a line over those, skip a block, draw 2 lines, or 2 block lines, and then so on and so forth. And then this is just for the date, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I have that already. Now, you can do this any way you like. As you can see in my example, what I have done is I have completely surrounded my block. I've drawn a dotted line across the center of them and then a straight line down so that I can put my blood sugar reading across this top. It's usually a 3-digit number, and then my carbohydrate number is a 2-digit number generally, and my insulin number is a 1-digit number. So those will fit great inside of these. So you can do it any way you want. I just found this is the perfect way for me. So what I'm going to do is, because I am doing a 4-block box, is I'm going to go right underneath where my B is, and I am going to start there because I don't really need to block off my date. And I'm just going to draw my lines straight across here. And then I'm going to drop a line, and I'm going to draw my lines skipping, and then I'm going to drop 2 lines, and I'm just going to do this really quickly, and I'm not going to make you guys listen to me all the way through it. So I will fast forward through some of this and be right back. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay guys, so I'm at the bottom of my chart, and as you can see, I don't have enough space to block off, to go a line and then block off. So I'm actually going to combine my weekend. This is Saturday and this will be Sunday, and I'm just going to line off Sunday. And then I just need to make a mental note to draw 1 line across all 4 blocks on the sides there. So next thing you want to do is turn your paper, and you want to do the same thing. You want to go 2 lines, skip a line, 2 lines, skip a line, 2 lines, and then when you come to the center of it, you want to come down one, and then you just want to draw one line halfway through the block, just one block line all the way down. And I will go slow for this first row, and then I'll speed up to get through it, and then we will move on to the next process. So yeah, like I said, you just want to start at your top one, skip a line or a block, and then just go all the way down, and then all the way down on that last set, because that was our Saturday, Sunday weekend. Now the center one, you want to go just halfway. Like I said, you can do this any way you want. This is just how it works for me because of the things that I have to keep track of. And remember that this is a Saturday, Sunday block, so you just want to do one, skip one, and then do two. And then you just, the other side of that set of blocks, you just do the same thing. Draw your lines all the way down, like so. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do these other two sets, but before I do, I want to show you how I do each individual block as far as blocking off this top line. You could just draw a straight line through it, but I found that that makes it kind of like a negative space for me, and it's difficult for me to focus my eyes on where they need to go. So what I've done to kind of break up this solid block line is I just draw a little dashed line in these, which is perfect for me. You can use a variety of colors as well. I don't have the ultra fine in any other color but black. I don't even know if Sharpie makes it in any other color but black. But if you have some other ultra fine type pens, then you could do that as well. So that's what this looks like so far. I'm going to go ahead and do these other two lines for breakfast and lunch, and I will be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so I've got all my blocks done now, and they are ready to be filled in with my blood sugar levels, my glucose, not my glucose, my carbohydrates, and my insulin levels that I take every day. Now, the next thing that I want to do is, just to keep me knowing what each block is for, I want to go ahead and put in this top block an S, draw a line diagonally through this second block down, and put a C on top and an I at the bottom all the way down. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so that is all done. And I do this just because I want to make sure that if I miss a day, I know that I missed that day for whatever reason. Like I said, I'm a pretty bad diabetic sometimes. I will forget to take my insulin with me. I will take my insulin but forget my glucometer. So this is really important to know what days I have missed what things on. So I'm just going to go at the top block of each set of blocks, and I'm going to write in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way down. And then down the side, I'm going to go ahead and put my medication information as well. Okay, so as you can see, I have put across here the medications that I take, the units of insulin, my ratio for my Novolog, and the medication that I put twice a day right up here, so I know. Now, the chart is pretty much done, and you can embellish it any way that you like to, but in order to get it to go into your planner, we're going to have to put an extra tab on this side. You can just leave this medication information off and put your holes right here. I just like having my medication information there, and it makes it easier for me. So do it whatever way you want to, but I'm going to embellish real quick. I'm going to put my arrows down this side and my tape down this side, and we'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I have just put the tape and I left little tabs on the sides. And And you can see that this is over the edge of the thing, and we wanted this to be over anyway because we're going to put our holes in the tape portion and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cutter out, and we're going to trim this up so it's nice and neat. Okay, so we've trimmed up the edges and it's nice and neat now. And if you remember, this card is actually rounded, so I'm just going to use my scissors and I am going to trim around just to make it round again. So it's nice and rounded again, and we are ready to make our holes right in through here. So let's get that done as well. I just like to line this up. I lay it down and I just look to see where the holes fall because I don't want it too close to the edge of the paper. So if it is really close, then I just shift it down a little bit to give it some leeway. So there's just a little bit that goes around that hole or whatever. I'm going to take my Sharpie, my regular Sharpie, and I'm just going to make a dot in the center of each of these spots. Now my notebook is, or my planner is a spiral notebook type planner. So I have a lot of these little dots to make. So there they are, nice and neat in a row. And I'm just going to take my 1/8 hole punch and I'm just going to punch these little holes out. Each individual one. Okay. Now I just realized I did something completely different than my last one, and I should have done it this time. I don't know if you can see underneath there's like this pattern, this little polka dot pattern, and I actually used a strip of my, the top of my scrapbooking paper. When you pull it out, it has that little hole right in the center. I just cut the little hole out and use that top strip to kind of reinforce this. So I don't know, because I didn't do it on this one, I don't know how well this will hold up, but we will see. But I highly recommend you just make a little strip there and punching through the 2 layers of tape and the scrapbooking paper. But hopefully this will hold up great. And as you can see, I got too close to the edge on this one, so I might just cut this off right here and not have that, and I might actually go, and in fact I think I will, I'm going to follow this round and then I'm going to cut it straight right in through here so that I don't have to worry about that being too close, and I'll do the same on this side just for uniformity. Okay, so once that's done, you just want to cut in the center of each of these holes down. Okay, so once you've cut all of these down, you're ready to put it into your planner. And I'm just going to grab mine and open it up to the next week. I'm not going to put it in this week. This is the one that I've already got started for that one. And as you can see, I haven't even started decorating for October because this will be a fall theme since the 22nd, which is next week, is the first day of fall or the last day of summer. And so I have to find something fall themed for this. But in the meantime, you're just gonna take this and line your little holes up. You can take a pen and just start pushing these through, and it's super swift, super quick, and there you go. And it's gonna stay in fairly well. I mean, you know, so, and then it's just big enough on these to flip it over. And like I said, as you can see, this would be for this week, and then I would pull this out just like that, turn it like this, and put it into my next week after that. And you can see I can just, these spirals are big enough, I can just pop my fingernail right in there. So there we go. And then what I do is once I have called these in, I have a stamp. I have this stamp. I also got it on clearance. It just says smile at the bottom, and then it's got a frame, and it's empty inside of the block. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp a big smile on there, and I can either write in there that I called it in, or I can use, one of these little smiley faces, or all three of these little smiley faces. They won't fit. I can do two of them in there, and just put some smiley faces in there to indicate that I have completed the week. I've made sure that I completed the week as far as doing all of my testing and all of my sugars, and that I called it in. So that'll be my reward for doing all of those things. So anyway, I hope you guys like this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. Even if you're not a diabetic, I think you can find this useful for sure for other things, medicine charts of other kinds. And I hope to see you next time here at Family Savings Fun. Like, subscribe, and share if you have a diabetic friend or family member that you think would find this useful who uses a planner of any sort. So if you have any questions, or if you want me to make you one to send, just send me an email at jadedwabbit@icloud.com, and I will be happy to get your information, make you one of these, and send it out to just give you a better idea of what you can do with this chart. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day.